Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking at Home with Carolyn. I am making some fried fish today. Just very simply breaded with some cornmeal, and we're going to actually have some french fries also. So first, we're going to make some homemade tartar sauce, okay? So it's your basic tartar sauce starts off, or your base is usually mayonnaise, okay? So in this mayonnaise, now nobody's going to get you if you buy some tartar sauce from the store. It's not a big deal. But why not make your own and give your own little dish a spoof. So we have our mayonnaise here, and then these are the ingredients that I'm going to drop in. I have some diced pickles, diced really fine. And then I also have some capers. Capers are really good with seafood, period, whether you're baking or broiling or you're putting it in sauces. It's really good. The capers are in a brine, sort of like briny. And then I have some diced shallots. Of course, I have some really fine minced garlic. And I have a little bit of sweet relish. And then to top it off, I have some flat leaf parsley. So I'm going to dump all these good ingredients right inside the mayonnaise. And the good thing about making your own too is that you know what's in it. And we're just going to top this off with a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, a little bit of salt and pepper. And just to give it a little bit of freshness, I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, just a little bit of a squirt. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it chill. For the fish, I have some catfish and I have some other white fish. And I believe it's pronounced swai, S-W-A-I. Really good light fish that's good for frying. And over here on my stove, I have some oil getting hot. And as you can see, I'm smoking a little bit here. I'm in the deep fry. I have my temperature, my thermometer here. I got it at about 350 degrees because we're also going to make some french fries. But let's first concentrate on our fish. So when I was growing up, this is the way my mother fried fish. Very simply done. It wasn't hard to do. My mother always made stuff easy. She was never one to make stuff difficult. Okay, so I have 2 eggs here, if you can see that. And of course our house seasoning here. You know what it is by now. Okay, and I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit over the fish. This is our Grand Diamond seasoning, kosher salt, paprika, cayenne, thyme. Okay, we're going to beat our eggs a little bit. And then I'm just going to pour it directly over the fish. Okay, no need for multiple dishes and your battering station or your breading station like you would normally do when you're breading certain items. And we're just going to give it a good mix. Okay. Now catfish, when I eat catfish, I do tend to make it myself. I don't buy it out. If I do, I always tell them fry it crispy. Okay. Because sometimes they'll lightly fry it and then it's kind of mushy. But I like mine fried really crisp. Okay, and then after that, all I'm going to do is take our cornmeal and dredge it into cornmeal. Okay. So I'm going to put a few pieces in at a time. Get them nice and coated. And the reason, I'll tell you why I'm dropping the french fries and the fish at the same time. It's because they're not going to take that much time. I actually blanch the potatoes. And I'll explain to you about that in a minute. Okay? So let's drop our fish. Okay? I'm just going to go over here in this one. Okay? Nice batch. Don't crowd your pan. Make sure your pieces have plenty of space in between them so they fry up nicely. And all I did was take the fillets and I cut them on the bias so that way they fry up fairly quickly. And you're not frying these huge fillets. Okay, so our first batch is done. And as you can see earlier, once I put it in, I turned it over. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Okay, nice and crispy. going to now drop our second one. Now, with our second batch, I'm also going to drop the French fries. So let me get this fish down, and then I'll explain to you about the French fries. One more. Let me stop him. Get him in here as long as I can see. Yeah, there's a spot in here. Right there. The French fries, I blanched them. They're just a regular russet potato. And what I did before I blanched them was I cut them in about 1/4, a 1.5 or ½ inch. Let me stop saying too many halves here. It's a ½ inch slice or diameter. That's what I did originally. Okay, when I was making this, they look like steak cut fries. That's my best description on a ½ inch diameter of a French fry. Then after I blanched them in hot water for about 3 to 4 minutes, okay, that starts the cooking process, that's the purpose. So when we drop them in the hot oil, it'll shorten the cooking time, okay? So once I blanched them, took them out and dried them really well on a paper towel or a clean kitchen towel. Dry them really well because you're dealing with water and you're getting ready to throw them in hot oil. Then I cut them down to 1/4 inch. So they're like a shoestring. So they go from a steak cut to like shoestrings, okay? And you can do this by hand. If you have a machine, go for it, but I just did it by hand. So I'm gonna drop them in 350-degree oil over here. So if you're not comfortable using your hand to drop these French fries, by all means, use some sort of device, tongs. You hear that? And I dried these really well on a kitchen towel, okay? I don't want to crowd the pan. I'm gonna let the French fries do their thing, and then everything will be done together. Let's check our fish. Oh yeah. And turn the fish over. And by all means, if you have a favorite fish that you love to fry, catfish or red snapper, whiting, you know, a nice perch, go for it. So see, we have our French fries in here in our hot oil, just getting nice and crispy. You're gonna have a crisp outside and a tender inside, okay? And don't worry if your temperature dies down a little bit. That happens when you drop in your whatever it is that you're frying. Don't worry, your temperature will come back up. And as you can see, it is pretty hot. Okay, so our fries are ready to come out. And I'm just gonna dump them here on a brown paper bag so it'll absorb the oil. And remember, you can fry in peanut or vegetable oil or canola oil. Okay? I'm going to take these while they're still nice and hot over here to my bowl, and I'm going to give them a good seasoning, and we're going to use them as a bed to lay our fish on. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of seasoning, Grand Diamond seasoning, right on these French fries. Toss them around. And we're going to put these on a plate, and these were done around the same time our fish was. Everything comes out at the same time. This meal literally took 15-20 minutes. Okay, so let's put some fish on the top. Put all our fish up here. And this is only like a couple of pounds, maybe pound and a half. When you cut them in small pieces, make it look like it's a lot. Okay, just give that a little few cuts of some lemon there. All right. Okay, so I got our tartar sauce here. Nice presentation. So you can see the actual tartar sauce. Nice, chunky, beautiful tartar sauce. And there you go. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Make sure you give this recipe a try. Make sure you go to Facebook and like us at 771food.com. Also like Cooking with Carolyn. And also go to granddiamondseasoning.com. I'll see you next time.